Hey everybody, it's me, Rick Acosta, the Dodger Card Collector, coming to you with another video. It's Thursday, what are we, November 10th, and what am I going to do this weekend sports-wise? I have tickets for the Rams-Cardinals game this weekend. Don't expect much from the Rams. I'm assuming they're going to finish probably about 500 this season. They're playing the Cardinals, who I also don't expect much from. They'll be lucky if they finish 8-8. I do have a prediction on some head coaches that are going to be fired. So I thought about it. My take is these three coaches will be fired if their teams don't make the playoffs. And that's going to be the Chargers coach, the LA Chargers coach, Brandon Staley, the Packers coach, Matt LaFleur, and the Raiders coach, Josh McDaniel. Those are my Black Monday picks for guys that will be fired if their teams don't make it to the playoffs. Because I think I think the organization and the fans expected more from these coaches, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen for either one of those three teams this season. Along with my Rams, but since they won the Super Bowl last year, I can't complain. I am one of those people. I don't expect my team to win it every year, and that Rams Super Bowl victory that could last me a good 5 to 10 years of no complaining. So anyway, today's video is going to be, it's not technically a video response because we're not allowed to say that in our titles, but this is for James, Elite Hunters, the top or the 500 home run club member. And if you haven't seen James Elite Hunters, he has a really, really good channel. What I really like about his channel is he does a lot of interviews. He likes to interview collectors. And when I say collectors, this man is a collector. He interviews collectors about their collections and just their style, their history, what they like about their collection, what they're working on. And James is really passionate about baseball card collecting, and that's why I admire him. He has a really nice collection. I'm going to get this wrong. I believe he only collects graded Hall of Famers, but he is working on a 1952 Topps complete set as well. So I could be wrong there, but he has an amazing collection. And every time I watch him, I just sit there with my mouth wide open at the great collection he has. So I'm doing this in a tribute. I'm not going to say response, in a tribute to James, his 500 home run team members. This was a fun one for me to do because that's one of the challenges when you do these things is you like start wondering, do I have all the cards? And I was surprised at what cards I had and what cards I didn't have, or what binders I had to open to find particular cards, just because you don't realize what you have. And since I claim I only have vintage, I don't have very many modern cards. So let's take a look though. Let me turn the camera around, then I'll show you what I got. All right, so let's get my cards out and we'll go through this. Some of these cards you've seen already 100 times if you've been watching all these videos. I'm going to try to make things a little different, but in some cases I'm too proud to I'm going to repeat it just because I love the card that I have. So starting off with 504 home runs is Eddie Murray, 1978 Topps in a PSA 7. All right. Coming up next at 507, here's where I started scrambling already on the second card. I have a 2014 Topps Heritage Miguel Cabrera. Actually, technically it's a batting leaders card. Cabrera finished with 507 home runs. This is the only Miguel Cabrera card I have in my collection. Joe Mauer's in this card, Mike Trout's in this card. This might be a fun card to slab in about 10 or 15 years. It's a nice looking card. So that's Miguel Cabrera. Coming in at 509 home runs, we have a Gary Sheffield, 1989 Upper Deck rookie card. I have both his cards. This one might be the with the S, the shortstop position on the upper right. I think the SS is reversed on here. I do have both of them. I think I took the right one out of the binder. So that's Gary Sheffield. At 511 home runs, we have Mel Ott, 1941 play ball. Love the 41 play ball set. I know I'm working on that set, but I've been stuck at 11 cards for several months. But love this set, and that's the 1941 play ball Mel Ott. Like I said, 511 home runs. Okay, we have a tie here. 512 home runs. I have the 1955 Topps Ernie Banks. I don't own the rookie card, so I brought out the second year card instead. And still, it's a good looking card. I got this when it was really cheap to get second year cards. And it's a nice Ernie Banks. All right, the next card at 512, another second year card. 1953 Topps Eddie Mathews. No way am I going to have the rookie card on this one. I'm not even looking for it. So that 1952 rookie card of Mathews is a prime card. So instead, I settled for the 53, and I actually really love this card. I think I bought this for like $25 in its day. All right. Now moving up, we have another three-way tie for 521 home runs. First up, Big Mac, Willie McCovey, 1960. Topps rookie, his rookie card. I do have lots of McCovey cards. That's my first, obviously. All right, next at 521, 1990 Leaf, Frank Thomas. I think for Leaf, I only own this card and the Dodger team set. And got that in an 8.5. And last at 521, but definitely not least, a 1955 Topps Ted Williams. At the moment, this is my only Ted Williams card. I'm working on getting a 1957 Topps Ted Williams, but for now, this is my one and only card. This was given to me as a gift when I was like 15 years old. Always held on to it. It was given to me raw by my brother's friend, and I got it slabbed a few years ago. It's a one, but it's my one, so love that card. All right, now we're going up to number 534, and it's going to be Jimmy Foxx, 1941 play ball. I think I got this from Huggins and Scott auctions a little over a year ago. And I wanted a Mel Ott, which I just showed you, and I really wanted a Jimmy Foxx card in my collection. So really proud to have these in my collection. The other card I won that day with the Jimmy Foxx from Huggins and Scott, coming in at 536 home runs, is the 1953 Mickey Mantle in a 1.5. It's been marked. I'm going to show you the mark here. It's in the back. It's look above the 8 here. Some kid named Kyle or Keith. He marked his initial there, K. But it's still a nice looking card. And when I bought this card, I was like, oh, this was at the time the most expensive card I'd ever bought. And I was pretty freaking happy with it. I still love this card. My 53 set is the pride and joy of my collection. Okay, we're up to 541 home runs, and I had to scramble to find this one. In my 2014 Topps Heritage set, I realized I have a David Ortiz card. This is my only David Ortiz card in the collection. And it's from the, like I said, 2014 Topps Heritage set. I don't know if I'll be buying many more Ortizes, but I thought, it's good to at least have one in my collection. Coming in at 548, we have a rookie, 1973 Topps Ron Cey. Best third baseman in Dodger history. Played for the Dodgers from 1971. Oh, wait a minute. We're not talking about the Dodgers. We're talking about Mike Schmidt. Mike Schmidt hit 548 home runs. John Hilton, I know he played for the Padres. I don't know what he did. This is coming from one of my favorite sets, the 1973 Topps set. It's the first set I ever bought as a child. The packs I bought as a child. And I didn't finish the set till like 10 years ago for the very first time. So that's Mike Schmidt. Coming in next at 555 home runs, Manny Ramirez, 1992 Bowman. I have a few other Ramirez cards, but only with the Dodgers. Don't like this card, to be perfectly honest with you. I really don't know what Bowman was thinking with some of these 92 cards where guys are like Chipper and Mariano wearing their regular clothes. Just looks silly. So that's my Manny Ramirez card. 569 home runs. Reggie Jackson. I've talked about him in a few videos, and I think I probably have every Reggie card from 1969 to 1984. So I'm probably missing like 85 and 86. I know I have 87 as well. So that's Reggie. Coming in at 569 home runs. Another rookie and another card from the 1987 top set. It's Rafael Palmeiro. Future Stars card. I've had the 87 set since it first came out, and that's probably the first time I'm ever showing these cards off. 573 home runs. Harmon Killebrew, 1955 tops in a 3.5. This card can still be bought at a very good cost on eBay. I don't know why Harmon Killebrew is so undervalued, along with Frank Robinson, but it's a nice looking Harmon Killebrew. 583 home runs. Mark McGwire, Big Mac, another Big Mac. This is from his 1987 Topps. I think this is probably, I have a 92 Bowman as well, and an 89 Upper Deck, just because I own those sets. So I do have a few Mark McGwire cards in my collection. 586 card home runs. The next card, it's going to be the 1959 Frank Robinson. I own the 57 rookie, but I showed that off a couple of weeks ago, and I absolutely love this card in a PSA 6. I think I paid a whopping $35 for it a few years ago, and it's a great looking card, and Frank Robinson's definitely undervalued. It's amazing how cheap you can find his cards. Okay, now we're getting into the 600s. So coming in at 609, Sammy Sosa, 1992 Bowman. This card, along with the 94, no, this is the only Sammy Sosa card I own. Take that back. The only Sammy Sosa card in my collection. I think he was retired by 2014, so because I don't think he's in that Topps Heritage set that I own. And now at 612 home runs, another Bowman card, Jim Thome. I remember paying like $1 for this card when it first came out. That was expensive. But I was a big Jim Thome fan, and a friend of mine who used to play for the Indians was going to get me his autograph. It never panned out. So there's my Jim Thome card. So I do, see, I'm showing you guys, I do have a few modern cards. All right, what's next? At 630, Ken Griffey Jr., Upper Deck in a PSA 7. Iconic card, I know that. And that's all I'm going to say. I just don't have much to say about the kid. What's next? At 660, 1953 Topps Willie Mays. Technically, it's his third year, the 51 Bowman being his rookie. And I picked this up about a year ago. I admittedly overpaid for this card because I got on one of those kicks that Willie Mays was going to die and he's second now, and I wanted to buy the card before he passed and the cost went up. In reality, while I have overpaid for it, I cannot find this card in a one that's not thrashed for a cheaper price. If you find a nice looking one, it's still going up for over $1,500. You could find a very thrashed one for $700 or $800. But I like this one in a one, so that's my Willie Mays card. I have a 53 Mays, a 57 Mays, a 65 Mays, and then I have them 70s through 73. I don't have many Willie Mays cards in my collections. All right. Again, here's a case of, I only have one card in my collection of this guy. 696 home runs, a 2014 Topps Heritage. A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez. Nothing against A-Rod, but this will probably be the only A-Rod card I will ever own. Same thing with Ortiz. Maybe someday I'll get the Cabrera, a rookie. But I'm going to leave it alone at that. So, A-Rod. 703 home runs. Mr. Albert Pujols in a 2001 Upper Deck. PSA 8. I own a couple of Pujols cards when he was on the Dodgers, but other than that, this is my one and only card. I was going to try and get the 2001 Topps rookie card because the SP was completely out of control price-wise, and the Topps one, maybe I'll buy again one day, or I'll buy one day, but for now I'm going to hold on to this one just because it's a nice-looking Upper Deck of Albert Pujols. Okay, coming in at 714. I wish I had a playing day card of this guy, but we're going to have to settle for the 1976 Sporting News All-Time All-Stars card of Babe Ruth. I had this card when I was 11 years old, and along with the other all-time All-Stars, and I remember thinking those cards were valuable, the Ty Cobb and the Ted Williams and the Pie Trainer. Absolutely love them. The 73 also has a bunch of old all-time guys. Love this card. It's one of the only few Babe Ruths I have in my card, and I don't think I will ever have one of him in his playing days, to be honest with you. So that's Babe Ruth. And at 755 home runs, we have Hank Aaron in a PSA 3, 1957 Topps. I'm working on getting a 55 Aaron, excuse me. I don't see myself ever buying a 54 Topps. It's just another card that's just too expensive. I picked this one up to work on my 57 set. It's in a 3. I love it. Love the reverse negative. I don't care what you guys say. They didn't bother to fix it. It's great. It's the 50s. Leave it alone. And that's Hank Aaron. And coming in at 762, Barry Bonds from the 1987 Topps. And I own a few Bonds cards, not many. And I'm assuming one day this gentleman's going to get into the Hall of Fame, but that might be a story for a couple of months from now or a couple of years from now. We'll have to see. All right, anyway, everybody, that's my 500 home run members video inspired by James Elite Hunters. And we'll catch you on the next video, you guys. Take care.